Good afternoon, Sudoku people. Time to grab a cup of your favourite beverage and give yourself a few minutes off to settle down to a nice killer Sudoku for the day. Here we have a nice 3 out of 10. So let's get started in the usual way and see what we can make of it. So first of all, let's look for those cages where there's only one valid combination. There's a couple there. Got a 17 here, that's got to be an 8 and a 9. Beyond that right now I can't see too many, although I always do miss a few. We can do a little bit of maths. 53 makes that an 8, and 53 here makes that also an 8. Now let's see what else we can do. In here we've got two 9 cages, both have the same ones out, so in here in some way we've got a 3, 6 and a 4, 5, but we don't know which is which yet. 8 and a 9 in here, 8 comes out, nothing else. Does that give us... Okay, so there needs at some point that those two need to add up to 9, but there's a lot of options for that, and it's also probably going to depend on what's in here. Oh, this is nice, 8 and 9 out of here, so 6, 7 go into there. Nothing there yet. About this one. Okay, so that's nice. 6, 7 here invalidates 6, 7 being either of these numbers, so it can't be a 6, 7 pair. And look, we've got 8 and 8 here, so it can't be 5, 8 either. So that's going to have to be a 4, 9 pair. And look, we've got a 9 in here already. So there you go, 4 and 9 like so, which means can't be 4, 5 in there. And also remember, that has to add up to 9, so that makes that a 5. And then that's not 3, 6, that's a 4, 5. 4s and 5s out of there, but and 5. So look, we've just got 1, 7, 2, 6 and 1, 3, 7, 1, 3, 6. So there's basically the same combinations except there's a 3 somewhere in there, which we'll just note for now before we fill it in a bit later. Then, okay, so 5 definitely in here. Can't have a 9 in it. Can't have an 8 in it. So it's either a 3, 7 or a 4, 6. And we'll see about that. So that's either a 3 or 4, isn't it? 6, 7 in there, yeah. And then 3 or 4 in there. Because that 6, 7 means it's impossible to be there. So that's a 6, 7 pair. What have we got in here? Okay, so now we say, look, now we've got that 3, 4 pair anchored in there. This can't be a 1, 3, 4 because it would invalidate both of those. So that's a 1, 2, 5. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's also a 3 or a 4, making that an 8 or a 7. What have we got here? Oh yeah, 3, 4 and 5 are all out. So that's a 2, 9. So we can clarify those and we can resolve those. And that puts a 7 in here for us. So we've got to have an 8 and a 7, which narrows it down quite a lot. And it can't have 2, 9. So this is, oops, forgive me, that's 8, 7, and then 5, 6 in here, which makes this a 1, 3, 4, 8. No, we can't have 3s in there. That's it for now. What do we know about this one at the moment? It can't have 6 and 7, and it can't have 7 and 8. Let's have a look. If that's a 7, 7, 5, 3 makes that a 4, makes that a 7. Oh, that's nice. You can't have 2 7s. So this is going to have to be an 8, making that a 3, making that a... Have we got that the right way around? 7, 3, 4, 7. Okay, so that's going to have to be a 6, isn't it? Making that a 4, making that a 3, making that an 8. Oops, an 8. Yeah, that was a nice little find. So now we can take 6, 8 out of there. So this is a 5, 9 pair, and look, we've got a 5 here. So 5, 9 in that order, which gives us this combination here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, putting us a 7 in here. Take 4 and 9 out of there for the time being, and 1 and 2 out of there, so that's the 3. Take a 3 out of all of them, 4 out of that. Alright, we can resolve those. 5. Okay, what about this 10 up here? Looks like we're going to have a few there, so this makes this a 4, 6. Take a 7 out of that. Makes this an 8, 9, because it's the only ones unknown in this row. Making that a 2 or a 3, and we'll come back to that, obviously. 4s and 6s out. 6s, oh, and 3s out, so we can make this a 1, 7, which is nice. 1 out of there. So 1s and 7s out of that. Looking at this row, this has got to either be a 2 or a 9. So this is going to be a 2, 5, 9 with a 5 somewhere in here. Playing a little bit hard to get this one. Quite like it. So no 3s, 4s or 5s in here. So 2, 7, 9. 2, 7 out of there. 2, 7, 7, 2, 2, 2, 2, 9. Still a few options there. Okay. We can resolve those thanks to that 6. So what are we looking at in here? It's either a 1 or a 2, and then what are we missing? We're missing a 5. So in there it's got to be 2 of 1, 2 or 5. So it's not that, it's not that, it's not that, it's not that, it's not that. So that's a 2, 5, 7. It's the only one it can be. It can't be the 7, so we've got a 7 in here. Then taking the 2 out of there and the 1 out of there. We can take the 9 out of there. 5 out of there as well. So what can we do here? This is a 4, 6. Making that 1, 3. 1's out of there, 2 out of that. That's the 1. 4 out of there, that makes that the 2. 2's out and 9's out. 1 or 3 makes that a 6 or 4. 7 with either a 1 or 3. So let's look at all the 7s for a start. So 7 with 1 and 3 makes that a 2 or a 4. This has got to be a 7, 8. Take an 8 out of here. 7, 8. 7s and 8s. Now we've got this 2, we can actually resolve these down here again. So that's a 2, 3, 6. 1 and 7 in that order. 2 and 3 are there. 6 out. Okay. 6 and 5. 5 and 4. 4 out from that. 1 out from all of them. And 8 out from there. And then also this 4 helps us resolve those 2. So okay, now we can take an 8 out of all that and a 9 out and a 7 out. Okay. Now it's just figuring out the rest of all this messiness up here, isn't it? Can't quite get enough to resolve that. Take a 4, 6 out because it would invalidate those. 4, 6 out from there would also invalidate those. That's nice. So we can put a 1 and a 9 in. Makes that a 1, 3. Makes that a 2 and makes that a 6. Which means we're going to have to do that as well. And then that gives us the 7 and the 8. Take a couple of 7s out of there and a 2, 9 out of there. 2 out of there. Which makes that a 3, 8. 2 out of that, that's a 5, 9. That's the 2, 9 and 5. Okay. 1, 2, so 3, 4, 5 in here. That can't be 3, 5. That's a 4. Take the 4 out. There we go. That's what we need to resolve all of this lot. 5 and 2, 2 and 9. 4 and 6. 2 and 9. And what's missing in this row? We're missing a 4, 5, aren't we? So we can put them in that order. The 5 gives us those. The 2 gives us those 2. Then what are we missing in here? We're missing a 1. and it can't be in there, so that's your 1. Here you're missing an 8. Here you're missing a 3, 6, 3 and 6. There we go. That was a really interesting example of a 3. I actually find the 3s, for some reason on this site, can be really tricky at the start. For example, this I found a lot harder than I think it was the 4 that I did yesterday. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed solving this with me. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. If you'd like to give it a thumbs up, that would be great. It'd be great to hear from you. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please consider subscribing. We'll be posting more almost every day. And otherwise, thanks very much for watching and have a great rest of your day.